The challenge of antibiotic resistance in the environment is really a complex problem that takes a complex answer. And so this project is taking a holistic approach by understanding treatment, understanding perceptions of antibiotics, and then developing a communication platform so that we can have a better informed public. This project is a collaboration between many institutions. Cornell University is working on targeted treatment at the dairy farm.
Much of antimicrobial use in dairy production is around udder health. All mammals are going to have a bacterial infection at some time, and antibiotics are an important tool we have for the well-being of the animals, but we want to be able to strategically use antibiotics to treat an infection.
Historically, in the dairy industry, a very important part of minimizing udder infections was to use an antibiotic in all cows. And this research really highlighted the fact that we don't need to do that in all cows. We can evaluate a cow when she's being dried off for her risk for getting an intramammary infection during the dry period. And if she's at low risk, then we do not use an antibiotic.
It turns out that when udder health is pretty good on the farms, on average we select to treat only 40 or 50% of the cows, decreasing the risk of residues and decreasing the risk of antimicrobial resistance, while also continuing to produce safe, affordable food.
Here at the University of Maryland College Park, we are working on manure treatment technologies.
We're looking at 3 different treatment technologies that are implemented on farm to get a better understanding of how they're impacting antibiotic resistance and how the microbial communities are responding to the waste treatment.
Particularly in anaerobic digestion, where we're going to then apply it to the land and then grow crops. We want to ensure that we're not increasing the amount of these antimicrobial resistant genes in the environment.
At the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, they're really focusing on the perceptions of antibiotic risk with farmers, veterinarians, and the public.
People's views on something like antibiotics are complicated. To understand that, it requires a diverse set of ways of understanding what people think. We've been able to pull together interviews and focus groups and literature reviews and statement sorting exercises to try and distill this down to a couple of key discourses around what people think about responsible use in antibiotics.
As social scientists, our role was to talk to people and get their opinions on antimicrobial use in the beef and dairy industry. Farmers are one of the main stakeholders that we talk to. We also talk to other groups that work with farmers. That includes veterinarians, extension agents, and industry groups. We also talked to consumers and advocates for animals to get a diversity of opinions. And sometimes really interesting things come out of it that are completely unexpected. The impact of this work will be in future communications.
The University of Nebraska is developing a communication platform to bring this information to the public in an accessible manner.
The iAMResponsible project is focused on improving knowledge of what antimicrobial resistance is, why it matters, how does it happen, then helping people understand what practices they can adopt to reduce their risk and how they might be able to impact society by their individual practices.
Ultimately, by doing this project, we have developed a greater understanding of antibiotic resistance and use that to grow the relationship between the agricultural industry and the public.